You can tell that Lend Me a Tenor is going to be a farce just by noticing how many well-spaced doors there are in the opulent set design by Nancy Krause for the current staging at the Kirkwood Theatre Guild. All the action in the play by Ken Ludwig takes place in the hotel suite reserved for Tito Morelli, the world-famous tenor. He is scheduled to make his debut with the Cleveland Opera Company that evening in the title role of Verdi's Otello. Everyone else in the cast is waiting at the theater to start rehearsing, but Tito is a no-show. His late arrival is not the only problem Tito is creating for Max, the assistant to the head of the opera company. Max's girlfriend, Maggie, who is also the boss's daughter, is giving Max a cold shoulder because she has a huge crush on Tito. When the singer finally does reach the hotel, the effects of eating and drinking too much on the train have left him incapable of rehearsing. Efforts to help Tito recover backfire, leaving him passed out in his bed. Max assumes the worst when he discovers an apparent suicide note near the unresponsive Tito. To prevent a cancellation, Saunders, Max's boss, persuades Max to take Tito's place in the opera. This ruse just might work because Max is an amateur tenor who knows the part, and the substitution won't be obvious because of the heavy makeup that was standard for the role of Otello at the time of the play, 1934. That practice is on the way out, I'm happy to say. The signal virtue of the Kirkwood production is the discipline of the entire cast under Nancy Krause's direction. The performers know exactly how broad to make their performances to bring out the humor without ever going overboard. Todd McCalley's Max is nerdier than most others I've seen, but this choice gives McCalley a chance to include lots of the physical comedy at which he excels and to show how much Max has grown by the end of the play. Tim Callahan gives Tito the huge ego and even bigger heart the opera star needs to have. Scott DeBrew injects exactly the right amount of bluster into Saunders, enough to ratchet up the tension without undermining it. Melody Valen Quinn leaves no doubt about the depth of Maggie's infatuation with Tito in a thoroughly delightful performance. Catherine Kent brings welcome sophistication to the part of Diana, the company's soprano, who is willing to do anything it takes to advance her career. Annalise Webb gives Tito's wife, Maria, the fiery temperament she needs to go toe-to-toe with her volatile husband. Isaac Weaver projects the well-meaning eagerness of the starstruck bellhop. Julia, the chair of the Opera Guild, holds her nose up at just the right angle in Annie Baer's portrayal. The high standards of the production are maintained in the work of costume designer Tracy Newcomb, co-lighting designers Denise and J.D. Wade, sound designer Deanna Garcia, properties manager Doris Lacey Goodlow, and set decorator Judy H. Lowe. And I would be remiss not to mention dresser Sarah Steiner in a show where costume changes are so important. I will be lucky if I ever see another production of Lend Me a Tenor as fine as this one.
It was very fine. They all did well, and it's such a wonderful, almost perfect farce, the script.
With that, I completely agree.